Welcome to Silicon Scoop, where we dive into the latest tech news impacting the world. Join John Irwin and the Startup Coach as they explore the tech news that matters to you. Stay ahead, stay informed, and now on with the show.
We've spent decades looking up at the sun and wind for clean power, but the next major energy revolution is happening right where the river meets the sea. A massive breakthrough in blue energy just cracked the code on harvesting electricity from saltwater, and it could completely rewrite the global grid. Researchers have developed a new nanofluid membrane that generates electricity simply by letting freshwater and saltwater mix. By using lipid-coated nanopores to lubricate ion flow, they've solved the massive efficiency bottlenecks that previously held osmotic power back. What do you think about this, John?
I love this. So, we've talked about blue hydrogen in the past, right? This is blue energy. So, blue energy, it's also known as osmotic, or it's salinity gradient power. It's a renewable energy source, and it's created by exploiting the chemical potential between saltwater and freshwater. So when freshwater and seawater are separated by a membrane, these ions naturally migrate from one side to the other. So that generates an electrical current that can be harvested. So people around the world, this process happens continuously and represents an enormous untapped energy source. So theoretically, it's capable of providing substantial baseline electricity independent of weather conditions. But traditional blue energy membranes, they typically face a trade-off between ion speed and selectivity. So materials that let ions move quickly will often allow both positive and negative ions to pass without distinction, and that reduces the electrical potential generated. Conversely, the high selective membranes slow the ion flow so much that the output power is tiny. So practical deployment is also hindered by mechanical stress, flow conditions, membrane fouling, and resistance, and the difficulties of scaling up from lab to field application. So enter the EPFL team's innovation, which lies in coating nanopores with lipid bilayers, which is the same structural motif found in biological cell membranes. So these lipid layers, they naturally attract and hold a thin film of water around the pores' interior surfaces, which creates a hydration lubrication effect that dramatically lowers friction for passing ions. So by reducing this friction, selected ions can flow more freely through the pores. So this approach, it simultaneously enhances ion transport rate and selectivity strength, which is overcoming the big trade-offs. So just to how much did it generate? So in their experiments with devices with thousands of these lipid-coated pores, they were arranged on a silicon nitride membrane. And the system achieved a power density of about 15 watts per square meter, which is about 2 to 3 times higher than the state-of-the-art polymer membranes that are currently out there. And then they ran some computer simulations, and there's a lot of potential here. What do you think? Is this the electrical or solution that we're looking for, or power solution that we're looking for, Craig? Or what are your thoughts?
Well, we're getting there. I mean, this effectively turns every river mouth, wastewater facility, and desalination plant on Earth into a potential 24/7 clean power generator. It entirely unaffected by weather or time of day. The problem is it doesn't produce enough power, but the power density now reaching levels of profitability. So before it wasn't really profitable to do it this way. Now it is. Because Norway's Statkraft built the world's first prototype of the osmotic power plant back in 2009. They abandoned it in 2013 because traditional polymer membranes couldn't produce enough wattage to be profitable. This new 15 watt per meter squared metric finally crosses that profitability threshold. So it looks like we're going to start seeing more adoption and wide-scale deployment of this. and we're going to have to wait and see what that means, the longevity of these things. Do they degrade over time? Can they be sustained? So I guess we're going to have to wait.
Yeah, like there are some power plants out there in Japan and Denmark, but these if this goes through, this will drastically increase their power output and make it maybe more viable. Or maybe this is for smaller scale. Maybe this is in third world countries. Who knows what this could be used for? But I like this. I like that there's a bunch of different research happening on a bunch of different renewable energy sources other than solar and wind.
Yeah, and it's great to see more research happening and us being able to pull more out of the technology. And although there's some, like you said, a couple of people using this technology now, they're not using this upgraded technology. And it's just not profitable. They're using it as an experiment, and being able to use this new version with the lipids really will take it to the next level and now make it profitable. We're going to see them all over the place now that they're profitable. People will experiment more and more.
Yeah.
Blue energy just leaped from a lab bench novelty to a high efficient, legitimate contender for global baseload power. So are we looking at the ultimate replacement for fossil fuels? Probably not, or is the maintenance of these nanomembranes going to be a multi-billion-dollar nightmare? Let us know what you think, and we'd love to hear if you think blue energy is the future.
Tired of drowning in repetitive tasks while your competitors race ahead? Every minute you spend on manual data entry, scheduling, and routine processes is a minute you're not growing your business. Flowgrammer.ca transforms your workflow chaos into seamless automation. We build AI-powered systems that handle your busy work so you can focus on what actually makes you money. Our clients typically save 15 plus hours per week and see their productivity double within 60 days. Visit flowgrammer.ca for a free automation audit. That's flowgrammer.ca. Stop working in your business and start working on it.
What do you got going on, John?
Just plugging away, helping companies with government funding, attending events, probably startup drinks or Flowgrammer events. How about you, Craig?
Lots of stuff going on. I honestly don't know when this is going out. I have to check. I think it's going to go out in April. But there's all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't know about OpenClaw, it's the latest AI automation agent that's taken the world by storm in 2026. And OpenClaw Toronto chapter just launched. And we have all sorts of events going on. So check out openclawto.com. Our first demo night is April 14th. We have a Builder Cafe on April 10th. We have a bunch of other events. There's updates every day. We've deconstructed the latest 2 betas over the weekend that was launched in OpenClaw and what you should do about them. There's a bunch of articles over there. Go check that out. We're also over at flowgrammer.ca where we do N8N automations. We run the Flowgrammer community and do Builders Hub and connectivity for AI and business automation agents. And for everything else, head over to TorontoStarts where we hook up startups and investors at our Startup Investor Drinks. We do mentoring, we do workshops, we have a list of investors. There's a whole bunch of content over. You can also book me over there if you want a meeting with me to talk about whatever, help your startup. Check out TorontoStarts.com. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where should they go and what is that?
Yeah, non-dilutive funding. We're talking government grants, tax credits. Come find me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Right now is shred time, SRNED. But come reach out to me too if you've got a startup, if you've got a company. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and if they have company questions about their startup in general, where do they find you, Craig?
Yeah, find me at TorontoStarts.com. But John, just before we go, something's open right now, and it's closing May 31st. Thank you. Can Export. And what? Yeah.
So if you have at least 300,000 in revenue in the previous year, and you're looking to expand outside of Canada, reach out to me, and we can put together. We can talk about an application for Can Export.
All the links we talked about will be in the show notes wherever you're watching this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Silicon Scoop. We hope you enjoyed this episode's dive into the latest tech news. Stay connected with John Irwin and the Startup Coach on LinkedIn and subscribe for more insights and updates. Until next time, stay ahead, stay informed.